Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, HollyHood sensei the Blurred Card TZ. We back. Welcome to HollyHood. First episode in like a month. You know what I mean? It's really been a month since we've been together on this joint. You know what I mean? It's been a month. But it's your boy. We in the building. It's the sensei of the Blurred Cartel. We here. Welcome to HollyHood. Listen, man. I'm glad to share with y'all that, during my month away from the podcast, I did become. I'm a father. You know what I mean, I had my first baby, my first little boy. You know what I mean, my first child. You know what I mean, I'm just so happy, so thankful, so blessed to have my youngin home with us. He had to spend some time in the NICU when he was born, but my son's here, and I'm just happy. I'm thankful. You know, so yeah, shout out to my youngin. You know, I am a father now, so it's one of the best feelings in the world. You know what I mean, but yeah, I just had my baby. You know what I mean, so that's why I've been going for a while. But also before we do anything else, I want to say R.I.P. to the great James Earl Jones. You know what I mean, we just found out today that he passed away. So R.I.P. to another legend. You know what I mean, in the black community. Also R.I.P. to Fat Man Scoop as well. You know what I mean, we lost him. I think a few weeks ago, about 2 weeks or so. You know what I mean? So I just want to say RIP Fat Man Scoop, RIP James Earl Jones. But let's get to the topic at hand. Yeah, I mean, the topic at hand is, you see the episode of the title of the episode, Crying Games About the Super Bowl. Because this is all that it is to me. You know what I mean? This is nothing but crying games from people. You know what I mean? It's a lot of selective outrage, in my opinion. You know, a lot of selective outrage. You know, but right now, what we are talking about is, of course, your man, the man of the moment, Kendrick Lamar. He was chosen to headline this year's, the Super Bowl halftime show, you know, for this upcoming season Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So a lot of people say this is another chess move in the, ongoing Cold War between Drake and Kendrick. You know what I mean? Kendrick, of course, on first person shooter, you had Drake rapping Big as the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And now here you have Kendrick Lamar performing at said Super Bowl. So, you know what I mean? But this decision made by the NFL, Rock Nation, Jay-Z, whoever is on the committee, this decision has sparked a lot of controversy throughout the community. You know what I mean? A lot of people have had a lot of things to say about this whole decision that was made. The Super Bowl is in New Orleans, the state of Louisiana. So the consensus opinion from everybody is it should have been Lil Wayne that was chosen to perform at the Super Bowl. Now, I'm going to get into it. Let me get this off the screen. We're going to get into that, in a little bit. I don't necessarily agree that Lil Wayne should have been the choice. I don't agree that Lil Wayne should have been the choice. I'll tell you why in a few minutes. We're going to get into all that. I may have some more people come up here and talk with me and give their opinion about the situation. You know what I mean? But I don't I don't agree. I don't necessarily agree that Lil Wayne should have been the artist that they chose to perform at the Super Bowl. Number one, in recent years, the narrative has been that Lil Wayne has not really been the best when it comes to performances. And the Super Bowl halftime show is literally about the whole performance. It's about everything that encompasses a performance, that's what I mean. The Super Bowl is about. Like that's what the halftime show is about. So when we talk about the halftime show of arguably the biggest sporting event of the year, I mean, you would want to have the best performer possible doing that. That's how I'm looking at it. But many people see it differently. They see it as, oh well, it's New Orleans. Lil Wayne is arguably the greatest rapper of all time. He's from New Orleans, so he should have automatically been the choice. Nobody else should have been considered. It should have just been Lil Wayne. Now, for me, I don't agree with that. But you have other people that do. Here we go. I mean, so Master P, to me, I feel like Master P, very valid. I mean, Louisiana legend, New Orleans legend. I mean, one of the big reasons why New Orleans is respected in hip hop is Master P is, I mean, at the forefront of that. I mean, and he went on, he had to say, God damn. He said, salute to Kendrick Lamar for performing at the halftime show at Super Bowl. At the Super Bowl. Well deserved. I mean, he's one of the hottest music artists in the world and has one of the biggest songs right now. So, I mean, let's pause on that real quick. Let's pause on that. All right, sorry about that, folks. Had to tend to the baby real quick. I apologize. You know what I mean? But yeah. So back to what I was saying. Shout out to Afro Kami in the building. You know what I mean?
No.
Bad y'all. Like I said, my fault. I had to go check on the baby real quick. But salute. This was what Master P had to say about. You know what I mean? Like I said, shout out to Master P, New Orleans, Louisiana legend. One of the main reasons why Louisiana gets his respect in hip hop. Master P is at the forefront of that. But he said, salute to Kendrick Lamar for performing at the halftime show at the Super Bowl. Well deserved. He's one of the hottest music artists in the world and has one of the biggest songs right now. So, like I said, let's analyze what he just said right there before we get to anything else. One of the hottest music artists in the world right
Yep.
now, and has one of the biggest songs right now, right now. But also, he says, as an ambassador of entertainment in the city of New Orleans, I have to agree with the fans that Lil Wayne, Lil Tunechi should be a part of the celebration as well. He's one of the greatest hip hop artists alive, still relevant, and he's a New Orleans native. Let's not miss the cultural moment in the South. Life is too short. We have to give our legends their flowers while they're here. You know what I mean? Change starts with us. I get it. I totally agree. Give every legend, give anybody their flowers while they're here. Don't wait till they die to tell motherfucker how great they are. Cause the nigga's dead. He can't hear you tell him how great he is. Tell him to his face. Like I mean, tell him while he's alive. So I get that. But my thing is the whole because he's from New Orleans and is in New Orleans, you have to consider Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne has to be the one, and that has not been the precedent that the NFL has set since they've had a Super Bowl halftime show. Only two
Can't
times in
tell
this.
from the internet.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
two.
I thought that this was the regular. I was like,
No,
oh, this man has been robbed, and then niggas was like, no, this really hasn't happened. And I was like, oh, well, the niggas, it is 2024. People gonna bitch about whatever they can. We got to remember that.
that is true. That is very true.
I just think I think it sets a bad precedent though, because like, what happens when you get to a Super Bowl state and they don't have anybody that's quote unquote culturally relevant at that point in time?
Right.
Do they get to make a big stink if you pull somebody else in? I just think people got to remember this shit's a business at the end of the day. And I love Lil Wayne as much as the next nigga. The Carter 2 is one of the best
Oh
albums of
yes,
all
I'm
time,
good. Yeah, I'm good.
bar none. I just think that it's freaking. This is a slippery slope, yo, because like it's still a business at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And
That is
it's about making money. And as much as I love Lil Wayne, it is the viewership of a Lil Wayne in Louisiana, and maybe it very well could. I'm sure the Super Bowl's not hurting for viewership to begin with, but I mean, does it sell to the ratings man as well as the possibility of not like us getting played in every home in America on at one point in time? Like, I don't know, but I just I think it's a very slippery slope to be like, oh, we want this, until eventually, fucking, now it really doesn't matter who's performing. Fucking, you've got to set. I feel like you shouldn't box yourself in, because a lot of these Super Bowl performances were amazing. The ones that I remember were amazing because they were so outside of the box.
right.
So like, if you're cutting it down to a list that no matter what Super Bowl, wherever the Super Bowl's at, the performer is going to be, even if you don't do like City. I understand Lil Wayne's from New Orleans. It's going to be in New Orleans. Freaking, it's a big thing. But I'm saying, even if you cut it down to state, like whatever state we're playing in, we have to have somebody from there, and that's widening the margin by a fair bit as compared to City. The City, I still don't think you're giving yourself a very diverse playlist.
Right. I agree with you.
But I'm also purely looking at this as like someone who enjoys Super Bowl halftime shows, because I'm not watching football. I'm not gonna fake like I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm in it purely from the musical consumption standpoint, and like, I don't know if you want to limit yourself like that, because once you do set this as a precedent, like consistently, people will expect you to follow it, especially in this day and age. You
And
can't be half in, half out, or the people are going to clown you.
I think the reason why most people are harping on that point is because the 2022 Super Bowl when it was in LA, and because it's so recent, people think, oh,
The
you
recency
know, that's
bias
how
is real.
that's how it's supposed to go. But there was a whole nother two Super Bowls after that in two cities that didn't have the biggest artist from that city performing, and nobody said anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just like in 2013 when the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, and in 2013, I could be wrong. Let me know if I am. But in 2013, Lil Wayne was at the probably apex of his power career.
Arguably at his peak
You know what I
musically.
mean? Like in 2013, there wasn't an artist bigger than Wayne as far as rap goes. Like Drake was just becoming Drake. Kendrick had just dropped Good Kid, Mad City. J. Cole was a year later was about to drop Forest Hills Drive. The only person you could probably say was challenging Wayne as the biggest artist at that point in time was Kanye West.
Kanye was good.
I mean, but other than that, in 2013, when Beyonce was chosen, nobody. Well, one of my folks on Facebook told me in Louisiana at the time, people were upset, but to this magnitude where you
As
have
I said, but they're not catering. The Super Bowl isn't trying to cater to this. It's supposed to be like a worldwide attraction. Right. They're not just catering to whatever city.
I am gonna say. I know I came in halfway through, but I do want to get this point off. I'm gonna tell you, probably less than 10% of that audience is gonna be at the game. Gonna be from New Orleans.
Thank you. I'm glad you.
I'm just being honest with you. Them tickets are ridiculous. 2013, I was thinking about going when they were playing.
You know how much a Super Bowl suite costs?
I'm sorry. I know people like the streets gonna take. I'm like
6 digits.
By the way, a lot of people, local people. I'm sorry. I love you. I love my New Orleans. I am. I love my people. I'm from them.
Shout out to we got Zelma in the building.
You know what I'm saying? I'm basically from them. Like I always. But all I'm gonna tell all the people there, y'all like Lil Wayne. I saw people from there saying Lil Wayne should do a show across the street. I'm like,
hold on. Why
I don't know if you. Y'all guess what? Lil Wayne, he gonna be watching the Super Bowl with you. He probably gonna be at the Super Bowl.
I have to ask you, if the Super Bowl comes to Mississippi, will they be rioting if David Banner does not perform?
I would love for David Banner to be on the stage though.
But I'm just saying, are y'all finna tear the seats out of the stadium if David Banner's not on the Super Bowl halftime show if it's in Mississippi?
No.
Okay, I was just making sure.
But to be fair, we ain't got no artists on Lil Wayne level though. To be fair, so that's
hey, don't you do David Banner like that?
I love David Banner. I love Big Crit, but I'm sorry, Lil Wayne is in the GOAT status, and I'm sorry.
Damn, I forgot about Big Crit. Yeah, I prefer Big Crit on stage as opposed to David Banner. By
the way, Big Crit had the best response to Kendrick in that Control verse. That was
But we got to show respect to David Banner because I don't know about y'all, but that nigga taught me how to spell Mississippi, yo. I did not know how to spell Mississippi until David Banner came along.
You didn't play the little game.
But now, like I said,
well, yeah, that's exactly how hogback, I make them all die. That's exactly how I learned to spell it.
That's actually a child song too that you learned as a kid. He just turned into a rap song.
Now in 2013, right? Yeah. Super Bowl was in New Orleans. Wayne was the biggest rap artist at the time, probably biggest artist in the world.
Right around the Carter 4 coming out. Would that be right in that time period?
Yeah, right around that time with the Carter 4. It was nothing to this magnitude where people were jumping out the window, you know what I mean, with, tweets like this, you know what I mean, hating shit.
Hey, can I say something? Can I say something?
Definitely.
When Lil Wayne was at his lowest, the one they dissed and Jay-Z helped him, and the other one was in a lawsuit for stealing like millions of dollars from him.
Jay-Z helped pay that man taxes, and this nigga was shooting up his tour bus. But okay, you know what I mean.
Allegedly.
Now you feel some type of way.
And he was in the middle of a lawsuit worth millions. I mean, a lot of money that he
owed. Nigga, almost 9 figures, bro.
I'm just saying, like, it's weird to be like, yo, Jay-Z hate Drew, and I'm like, and Jay-Z might be doing something sneaky because he hate Drake. He might still do it, but I don't think he hates Wayne. Well, wait, shout out to Nicki Minaj. Go to her show. She been promoting all day.
Jay and Wayne was just at the 40/40 Club last week together.
Ooh.
By the way, people that do Wayne wrong, he seemed to stay around there, by the way. I don't know.
Kikiing it up. They was at the 40/40 kikiing it up.
Hey, Tori, do you see all them little ads on there? That's for her shoe on her last show today.
Out, jumping out the
That's
window.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
I saw her block a nigga for saying that she looked like Hulk Hogan.
definitely.
But hey, good. Listen, this is best advertising right here. She didn't say nothing yesterday, but on her last show day and her shoe release, she got a lot to say. She made sure she put the ad in there every time.
Definitely.
Every time. She got like 14 tweets with the ad today. Shout out to her shoe. Y'all go get her shoe, bro.
I mean,
Nicki's
marketing,
basically
bro.
saying now, do y'all now? Let me ask you this, because her tweets is basically the narrative. The gist of it is Jay-Z, Rock Nation, the committee, they have hatred for Birdman, Drake, and Nicki apparently. You know what I mean? So they're punishing Lil Wayne because of their hatred for those three. You know what I mean? You know, one nigga took a knee, the other took a bag, whatever that means. You know what I mean? And you know, she's saying they got everything in this world. He's still spiteful. All this other shit. You know what I mean? I just want to know, where was this energy in 2013 when Lil Wayne wasn't chosen as the Super Bowl?
Was it?
It is a very weird precedent to be set though.
Like, are we?
Oh,
Are
I would love Lil Wayne,
If
but
this-
I'm gonna be honest. Lil Wayne
No,
probably can't
hold on.
perform
Look,
that
and I'm not saying this is a hating ass nigga, but I've seen Lil Wayne live before, and it is not the greatest show in the world.
No, it's
Okay,
not. It is.
I'm sure the Super Bowl production would be outstanding. I'm sure it would be amazing. I'm sure they would spend millions and millions of dollars like they do every year. I just don't know if it translates ratings wise.
Now, if the Super Bowl was really a New Orleans event and people in the whole thing would have been New Orleans people, he 100% should have been chosen. But like I said, y'all gotta understand the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl fault, by the way, too, because I do want to clarify this. When they did their West Coast tribute on the West Coast, it kind of got people's minds thinking about, oh, they do tributes at hometown. Where if they would have never did that, they probably you wouldn't have.
Like I said, I thought this was the precedent until I was informed otherwise.
Listen,
I thought like it was a very
they've been doing
thing.
Super Bowl halftime shows since 1960. 1960. We are now 2024. That Super Bowl performance will be in 2025.
That's so literally 60. That's 64 years ago. Folks.
1960 to 2025. There has only been two instances where they had someone from their hometown as their headliner. Bruce Springsteen, and then Dr. Dre and Snoop. And then with Dr. Dre and Snoop, they were also headlining with Mary J. Blige and Eminem, who are not from Los Angeles. So my thing is, 2 times from 1960 till now, the precedent has been, we're just going to get whoever to perform the biggest act in music or whoever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It hasn't. So why now is the narrative being it has to be Lil Wayne in New Orleans when that has never been the precedent the NFL has set for this halftime show?
It's multiple reasons, because Lil Wayne was on first Undisputed on a sports show saying he want to do Super Bowl, so now people inclined to know he want to do Super Bowl, and then people felt like after they announced the Super Bowl was going to be in New Orleans after the LA one, so people like, oh, they doing hometown ones now, so people feel obliged to do a legend in their hometown.
But I don't think 2 times in 64 years is that's not a super consistent precedent.
So people got a short-term memory. They don't pay attention past 10 minutes.
Look, I was just saying this in HollyHood shit. I just said that, especially the internet has the shortest memory, and hip hop has a very short memory. Fucking, it just is what it is.
By the way, this is like I said. You see my thing. I think Lil Wayne is the GOAT. He's the greatest rapper of all time to me. I don't give about nothing. And if he don't be on this show at all, I will be very disappointed. I'll be also a little mad if Lil Wayne ain't on the show at all.
So can we?
He don't have to be the headliner though. He doesn't have to be.
Does Drake complicate things though?
Lil Wayne, I don't think Lil Wayne didn't.
Between Lil Wayne and Kendrick, do you guys feel like
I'm gonna be honest with you? Lil Wayne is the most. Drake will never disrespect Lil Wayne, no matter what. He
has the nigga's face tatted on him. You can't disrespect him.
He might try to sleep with his girl again, but Wayne don't give a fuck about that. So you know what I'm saying.
I just want to ask y'all the obvious question. We all know the obvious answer, but I'm gonna ask y'all anyway because we have to. All this reaction, all this malarkey, all this hoopla, it's because
baby bullshit.
all this tomfoolery. This is all because Kendrick beat Drake. Am I right?
Yeah.
This is
Well,
all- this is all-
I gotta do that. I gotta do the Lil Wayne said he want to do it. New Orleans gonna ride for, and I'm not talking about no other person on the internet.
Okay,
I'm talking
okay.
about Louisiana individual. When Lil Wayne says he want to do something in New Orleans, and the Super Bowl in New Orleans, he said I want to do that Super Bowl. The people in New Orleans gonna ride for him.
Well, I'm sure Gucci
But-
Man wants to do a Super Bowl in Atlanta too.
But see, the thing is,
Gucci
this
Man
is-
ain't big enough. You got he knew
what?
the thing is, it's not only people from New
Lemonade?
Orleans saying that Lil Wayne should. There's mass people from different states everywhere saying that it should. It's not just New Orleans saying this.
Oh, some.
Yeah,
Well,
I feel like-
I'm just talking about from my area. The other
I
people,
feel
they
like
probably
they
Drake
only
fans.
saying
and-
it because
Drake fan, bro.
Kendrick. I feel like if any other artist got announced to be at the Super Bowl, you wouldn't have Nicki Minaj tweeting saying niggas is hating people and people is spiteful and all this other shit.
Well, she didn't have a shoe coming out tonight on
Yeah, I mean,
between.
You wouldn't have people tweeting all that.
Yeah, well, okay. I don't know because, like I said, the internet is a complainer's paradise. So, like, if there's something that could be complained about, I'm sure that someone would. But I don't. Me
But
personally,
would it be to
I don't
this
think
magnitude?
I don't think you get this kind of scorched earth response if we're not off of the heels of one of the biggest hip hop ass whoopings we've seen in a little minute.
But you can also argue that Kendrick is that rivalry.
But I
was
like
got the show.
I like my hip hop.
Can
to
we
be
argue that?
adversarial.
So what we arguing?
We could argue that the only reason Kendrick got the show caused the beef.
Yeah, no, that argument could definitely be made.
No, I'm saying
that could be made as well.
100%.
It's several
And-
arguments that could be
And
made.
it wouldn't look crazy. But at what point is it not? At what point is it about the beef and it's just about what's best for the NFL as a business? Like I feel like
Oh, the NFL.
all these old white men are looking at what's going to bring in the most revenue. I feel like, and I feel like
Yeah.
in their minds,
At the end of the day,
pop
the
a-
NFL
you pop
only
a
cares
bigger-
about the dollar.
you pop a bigger rating with Not Like Us on the Super Bowl as opposed to Lil Wayne's greatest hits.
And Kendrick, and by the way, Kendrick Lamar coming off a win over the biggest rapper as the second biggest rapper right now. I know people gonna argue with no, he has the second biggest tour and the fourth biggest tour behind Drake, so it's only them two. I know people like to argue. He beat Kanye and Jay-Z in the world tour in profit, so he is the biggest. I know people like you ain't around, like even not being around, he still outsell everybody. So you got to give him credit for that. But
Yeah, but 100 gigs of garbage was not what we were looking for.
yeah, that's.
Listen,
But
I just feel like
Lil Wayne should got to be on the show. Even though I'm not sure if Lil Wayne can perform up to that.
But
And
does
I-
that,
Lil
like I
Wayne
said,
probably-
I don't know if that makes it tricky. And here's the thing, and I don't know. I'm sure the comments will tell me. Does Lil Wayne be in? Is he like? Because last I heard, Lil Wayne was like a Miami nigga at this point. Like as far as living and
his favorite team is the
Where's it?
Packers, and he live in Miami.
that's what I was. Okay, I was just making sure. But I don't look. That don't make no never mind to me. Look, if they wanted Lil Wayne to perform, I'm sure it'd be amazing. But you're stupid if you can't see why they'd want Kendrick to perform. Like it literally just makes sense and dollars. It just does.
listen, that's all I've been trying to say. From a business perspective, I understand why they made the decision they made. You know what I mean? Because look, just walk with me for a second. If you're Jay-Z or whoever is on this committee selecting the artist for this halftime show, are you going to choose the person that's going to move the needle the most for America? Because America is going to be watching this Super Bowl, not just New Orleans. America is going to be watching the Super Bowl. Or
The
are
world
you
low key.
and the world. But are you going to choose the nostalgic favorite that only appeases to New Orleans? Not now. I'm not saying Lil Wayne ain't global because he is. I grew
Yeah,
up.
no one's gonna.
I was in Lil Wayne's prime. The nigga got Asian fans, white fans, black fans, Hispanic fans. He got
He told us
old,
he got
young,
more white fans than
I mean-
anybody. You know what I'm saying?
But in 2024, who's the bigger act right now? Is it Lil Wayne or is it Kendrick? Like we gotta keep it a
It's
buck.
only two people that can sell out an arena right now.
You know what I mean? Like the last
Well,
top
two
10 hit Lil
rappers.
Wayne had was in
There's a whole bunch of
2019.
Yeah, two
throwing
rappers.
out two rappers, whole bunch of comedians.
Well, in
throwing
America,
out.
because it's a few rappers that can sell out overseas.
And plus,
I think
are you gonna pick the better performer of the two, or are you just gonna pick the person that the people want. Like, cause I mean, you just literally heard Afro Kami say he's seen Lil Wayne perform more than once, and it was not good. You know what I mean?
Why I forget lyrics? I'm sorry.
People have
That-
seen
Okay,
Kendrick.
I'm glad. Look, I'm glad you're saying it because, like I said,
People have seen Kendrick perform and said it was great. So
Brandon,
are you
that is not true.
Are you
Outside-
going? Are you
but
going?
we also have to
outside
take-
of one again to run to Brandon, the only nostalgia act you saw was the one in LA, which we keep bringing up.
But it was
because
also
this is precedent.
10 years ago when I saw Lil Wayne. So like it was at like the peak of Wayne mania. You know what I mean?
Man,
2014.
I'm about to go through the list of Super Bowl performers. So, in 1960, when they chose
Yo,
when they chose the Grambling State Marching Band, that was for nostalgia.
yo, yeah.
That was for nostalgia.
Not the Grambling State Marching Band, yo.
I just want to know, was that?
Dr.
For
Dre was
Yo.
100% nostalgia though. I do
Yo,
give
give me a banger. Yo, who's got a Grambling State banger on their playlist right
The
now?
Weeknd is not nostalgia. We can go quicker. The Weeknd wasn't a nostalgia.
Yo, I was going to say, how was the Canadian man with the crazy hair fucking
Oh, yeah,
a
give me a second.
nostalgia?
Bruno
act?
Mars was not of a nostalgia. Even though he came
Was the weekend? Was the weekend when he performed? Was that
Rihanna is not a nostalgia.
Was Justin
Beyonce in 2013? Was that
Timberlake was a
nostalgia?
little bit of a nostalgia act,
Who?
but
Who?
Justin
Was it?
Timberlake,
Yeah, he pulled it. Yeah.
I
he
mean,
did pull a titty out.
Yeah. If I knew you put it, that's gonna get us attention.
oh, in 1993 when Mike Jackson was that nostalgia, or was that because Michael Jackson was literally the biggest artist in the world?
I was going to say, because that Super Bowl definitely wasn't in Indiana, and probably definitely wasn't in Gary.
Like I said, Dr. Dre was a nostalgia. That was 100% nostalgia. And again, that's why people pointing to it again, which I understand. People see that they be like, "Oh, we're doing that."
But that's
then
because it's recent. That's because it happened 2 years ago. You know what I mean? That's because it happened 2 years ago.
The recency bias is real.
You can't tell me in 2000. Let me just pull up a random ass Super Bowl. I mean, a random ass Super Bowl. In 2003, when they had Shania Twain and No Doubt was the. I mean, was that nostalgia, or was that because No Doubt and Shania Twain
did No Doubt play Spiderwebs? If they played Spiderwebs, it was low key nostalgia. But only if they didn't play Spiderwebs, it wasn't nostalgia.
I mean, I'm just saying, nostalgia is not the reason why they choose who they choose.
Like I'm saying, they usually pick a brand name. I don't even think they pick the top performer. I think they pick brand names.
Yeah, I would say I think it's literally about
And
about
right now,
revenue
Kendrick
and
got the
ratings,
biggest brand
you know?
name because he beat the biggest rapper in the world recently, so he got the brand name to say.
And I mean, you got to think. We know when a song transcends the little. Well, it's not even. I was gonna say the little niche world of hip hop, but the not so little, but yet somehow niche world of hip hop. When a song transcends that, we usually do make a big deal about it, you know?
But by the way, I still be mad if Kendrick don't get Lil Wayne. I know he said in the thing he don't remember the words to Mona Lisa, but he can learn it.
But do the people remember Mona Lisa all like that though? Is the real question, I feel like.
Yo, I don't. That's a song with Lil Wayne. Unless he got a new song with Lil Wayne, that's a song got Lil Wayne. I want Lil Wayne at the show. It's at least paying homage to the legend of the city.
I understand that, but I just don't think.
And by the way, Mona Lisa was a very popular song.
Katy Perry performed in 2015.
I feel like you want songs people can fucking sing along to.
Oh, yeah, you can,
like that they know.
Bro, Katy Perry was 2015. Was that nostalgic?
Mona Lisa about rap.
2015?
No.
Katy Perry.
She was hot then.
No. Yeah,
now she on Call Me Daddy podcast.
She had. She's also winning the MTV Video Vanguard Award. Shout out
do
to
y'all agree with Lil Wayne's engineer? You know, he's confused, disappointed, angry, but most of all inspired. And we will never again.
Soft to me.
I mean, he will never again be in a position or have the GOAT in a position where we're at the mercy of someone else's decisions. You know what I mean? We will make the decisions.
I hate when people say that because I don't know what.
Yo, I was going to say that shit comes off so fucking.
Unless
cool.
y'all saying New Orleans finna rock the Super Bowl, which I'm telling you, you want the police, the city go.
Yo,
they let. I ain't gonna lie. I live near New Orleans. Listen, they let people go wild. But if y'all try to ruin that money, they gonna fuck y'all niggas up.
Exactly.
I'm being real with y'all. Listen, Listen,
You
Atlanta
think these
thought
Bayou
they were
cops
gonna
is
do that
gonna
with
let
the
that
Olympics.
slide?
They
You
moved the
think
niggas out of
Bayou
Atlanta
cops
so
is
fast.
letting y'all fuck up the money because of a rap angle? Come on.
Yeah, we don't. We don't, Bear Gas. We don't. But my thing is this.
I'm just
This is my biggest point that I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna keep making it. Just because
I want
the
Lil Wayne on the
Super
show.
Bowl is in whatever city it's going to be in, that does not mean you
That's a
have
horrible precedent to
to. Like,
set.
you don't have to automatically just say, "Oh, that person has." Like next year, the Super Bowl is going to be in San Francisco. So give me the biggest artist right now to come out of San Francisco.
E40
So
Super Bowl.
We got
next year,
hold on. We got
next
get
year it
nephews
has
of
to be.
Pharaoh. Fucking we can get a Shoreline appearance, yo. Oh,
E40
the,
gonna kill it, dog.
So
yo,
next year
the
it got to
40
be
water,
E40
the 40,
and Too
the
Short,
40.
right?
E40
It got to be
too short.
E40
And they gotta let the bitch ring out across all of every TV in America.
Saying, like,
Oh, well, I do still want Lil Wayne on the show.
I get it. Lil
He
Wayne
wanted
is a
to-
legend.
Yeah, but niggas ain't look. The Super Bowl crowd is not gonna remember Mona Lisa, bro.
Mona Lisa, all he need to do is do it for 1 minute of the song. It's all he got to be on there for
But
1 minute.
also, look at the optics of the performance.
And then play Not Like Us right after.
Who's the better performer right now, Wayne or Kendrick?
Man, look, Wayne's been through a lot, yo. Wayne, I was gonna say, Wayne, listen.
Listen, Wayne, go. That's all. Anytime y'all try to make me say something, I can't say nothing bad about Lil Wayne. Never will. He's my favorite rapper ever. So
no, we not gonna say anything bad
Yeah,
about him.
I'm
Just gonna say the truth.
I am going after. I understand how the game works, and we don't know what the thing is behind the scenes. Everybody can speculate. Somebody don't like somebody. Somebody did this. Somebody did it because of Drake. We'll never really know unless they have a special about it and Jay-Z write an album about it.
Yo, if Jay-Z's like, yeah, I said fuck Wayne because
I thought Master P was never gonna be on that show. Birdman wouldn't. Lil Wayne, the only one had a chance. Boosie was. I'm sorry. Them white people ain't never letting Boosie on this thing.
Yo, that would be crazy.
I'm being real. I love Boosie, by the way. But Boosie
yo, set it off at the Super Bowl would go crazy. Though.
It would, though.
But
I don't know.
Set it off at the Super Bowl.
Might get a little scared, though. The white people might get scared of him.
I mean, it's a smack in the face that every hip hop legend from Louisiana. You know what I mean? Every hip hop. You know what I mean?
Does Lil Romeo deserve a set at the Super Bowl?
According to Boosie, yes. Hurricane Chris deserves one.
God, I thought Hurricane Chris was on the rocks. Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
You know, but of course, like
I did. How did you see they try to hit up Lil Wayne? When the TV dude tried to hit up Lil Wayne manager.
No, I ain't see that.
He said he couldn't contact him yet, so I'm hoping that we still get Lil Wayne. He do have a big song with him. I know Torres said the song did do numbers.
I'm sure the song did numbers. I'm just saying.
I don't know if you can sing it at a Super Bowl though, because it's
exactly
robbing a nigga.
I was about to say because they usually go for the more commercial friendly albums and cuts at the Super Bowl. I mean, like we knew when Prince did the Super Bowl, niggas knew they were getting Purple Rain. You know what I mean?
We know we getting Not Like Us and All Right. I don't know what it's All right, Not Like Us gonna come.
Probably gonna get Not Like Us. All right.
Maybe swimming pools. We might get swimming pools.
Swimming pool.
White people can understand swimming pool.
Yeah, they can.
They can understand swimming pool.
Especially at the Super Bowl, the bar will sell out once fucking that shit.
We'll probably get a couple Jones from the Black Panther album.
We can do all the stars would go hard.
But yeah, Humble has to go off at some point.
Humble.
I mean,
DNA.
And like with Wayne, Wayne's just some of Wayne. What they're gonna play Lollipop at the fucking? Are they gonna play Lollipop?
I'm not gonna lie, Lollipop. White people know Lollipop though. They don't care.
I know white people, but that's what I'm saying. I know they know it, but I'm saying
they'll do the radio version. They'll do the radio version.
Do they tie it in with a blow pop?
If Lil Wayne was to do the Super Bowl, what songs is? So we got Lollipop, Mrs. Officer,
Hustler Music, fucking.
We at the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl we talking. So we got Lollipop, Miss Officer.
A Millie?
Yeah, a Millie. But he said he don't even like playing. He said he don't even like doing a Millie anymore. He said he tired of the shit.
6'7".
Yeah.
So we bringing back Corey Gunn?
I ain't gonna lie. If Kendrick get on that beat with him in a remix, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy.
I just look. I understand the internet wanting Lil Wayne to perform, but I just want to reiterate that I think it sets a horrible precedent if you think that every Super Bowl is going to get somebody from their hometown. Because what happens when you get to a hometown where all the artists are not the greatest and aren't going to translate?
Hold on, if it was Mississippi, Ray J could perform One Wish.
Nigga Ray J claimed California, nigga.
He claimed Mississippi too.
Look, I ain't see that nigga banging goddamn Mississippi Crip.
Look, ain't no Mississippi Crip at the time.
You see what I'm saying?
You can't bang it. Brandy can play a bunch of songs. Get Brandy though.
Yo, listen.
Is Britney Spears available? Can we get Britney Spears?
Like I said, y'all gotta get David Banner. You gotta get Big Crit.
Oprah gonna open the show.
I'm sure there's some older white band from the 70s from Mississippi that could fucking play a set. I'm sure. I just think it sets a really bad precedent if you think that no matter if from now on whatever city they're in, the artist has to come from there. I think we're locking ourselves out of some very amazing Super Bowl performances if that's the fucking precedent we're setting.
That's the precedent that people like Boosie and others want to set, that just because, and then it's like
I'm repping their city. I don't get mad.
Yeah, I get it. Rep your city.
I'm just saying, but nigga, this is a world stage though.
Right. It's not a regional thing. Like, you can rep your city all you want, but you gotta look at it from the lens of the NFL. Don't look at it from the lens of New Orleans. Look at it from the lens of the NFL. Like, I mean,
who would you get from Ohio? That's great.
The Ohio players.
You can get Faith Hill from Mississippi.
MGK? Ain't he from Ohio?
I was gonna say he's from Cleveland. I mean, look, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna go to Michigan and you gotta do Eminem again? Or are you gonna have Babytron on there? Or what? You gonna call Big Sean to play the Super Bowl?
Maroon 5 performed in Atlanta in 2017. Now there were some people that was upset that they didn't choose Migos or Future, but I mean they let it rock.
Wait, yeah, but Maroon 5 is one of the most commercially recognized bands in the world. I remember Maroon 5 songs from 01.
Just like right now, Kendrick is probably the most commercially recognized rapper not named Aubrey Graham. So, I mean, it just makes sense. You got the hottest, as Master P said, one of the hottest artists in the world and has one of the hottest songs right now. Like, no disrespect to Lil Wayne. I love Lil Wayne. But when the last time Lil Wayne dropped a song and it was the hottest song in the world right now?
He got some fire features though. That song he did with YMD Corday.
But
it's just Corday. He dropped the initial
lead single Lil Wayne. He's the lead artist on the single. When is the last time?
It's been a little while.
That song has been the hottest song in the world.
It has been a little minute.
Like, nostalgia can only get you so far. You know what I mean?
True.
There's going to be a bunch of people in that demographic watching the Super Bowl that don't even know a Millie or Miss Officer or Lollipop. They don't know that shit.
True.
But they damn sure know not like us.
You know what Kendrick should do? Bring NBA YoungBoy out right before
that nigga's in jail.
He can get him out for a day. He rich.
No, nigga, they got that nigga for fucking writing prescriptions and impersonating a doctor.
Bear gas. It only matters because the person they chose is Kendrick Lamar, and he just beat Drake, who has ties to Lil Wayne. So they saying, "Oh, this is a disrespect to Drake, and it's a disrespect to Wayne, and it's because
Drake's
it's Kendrick." Because it's Kendrick, people are upset. I mean, that's all it is. It's because it's Kendrick Lamar. I guarantee you, if it was, they would have chose fucking. Give me a random ass old nigga that people love in rap. Like, say it was Nelly, a Ludacris or somebody. Nobody would
St. Louis would go hard though.
They wouldn't have been like, oh man, y'all ain't choose Lil Wayne. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. If it was Nelly, they would have been like, they cool. If they chose Flo Rida or Pitbull, nobody would be like, oh man, like, come on, man. Like New Orleans, yes, New Orleans would, because they love Wayne, they're gonna ride for Wayne. But everybody else, that's doing all this other mental gymnastics and creating all these nut ass narratives, y'all wouldn't be
It
upset
don't make any
if
sense.
it was somebody else. That's all I'm saying. You're only upset because it's Kendrick and the moment that we just experienced between Kendrick and Drake has ties to Lil Wayne, so you upset. And a lot of people that's upset are Drake fans. You know what I mean?
True.
That's a
At
lot of
least
people.
it seems that way.
And for me, I just want to say this. I know we
Shout out to
said,
Mate.
I know that we said Not Like Us is a big reason why he got the nod, which is the truth. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's one of the
that
big
can't be
reasons.
argued.
But I also don't like the fact that we are because when you say shit like that, you basically giving credit to Drake, in my opinion. Like you giving Drake more credit than he deserves when
If
you
you
say
beat Michael, if you
he's
beat
only here
the
because
best
of Drake.
player in the league at
Sort
the
of a
time, and then
backhanded
you
way
get credit
to
as now the best
look
player in the
down on
league,
Kendrick.
you can't like when Michael Jordan beat Magic Johnson, everybody pointed to that moment when he took over.
But why not celebrate Michael Jordan for his win? You know what I mean? Why
He
take
took
the
the
credit
keys
away
from the
from his
Lakers, you know
win
what I'm saying?
to give credit to somebody else? That's all I'm
Parasocial
saying.
behavior's nothing new, yo. It just is what it is.
You know?
Everybody pointed to the time Michael, and then it was Mike Lee once he beat Magic.
But
So yeah.
hey, man,
And Drake alleged to Lil Wayne is the GOAT. He the greatest rapper of all time. But it's Kendrick time. I hope Kendrick gonna do right by the coach. I 100% believe he gonna have Wayne gonna come.
45 minutes of Wild Boy is crazy.
Yo, but what else has he got, yo? Because don't come at me with that fake ass punk that nigga.
No, I'm saying Jay-Z and Wayne was together last week.
Jay-Z paid that man taxes. They don't have no issues.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
By the way,
Look,
by the
look,
way, Nikki, I did see you write that little niglet and then deleted it and then try to show love to Kendrick.
Nikki Hogan in her bag, yo. She was channeling.
No,
you out
Kendrick
here
and
saying,
Nikki.
Nikki out here saying you
Nikki
took the
Hogan,
opportunity
yo.
away from a young black man. That nigga 41 years old. He ain't no young black man.
Yo,
Like that
Yo,
nigga 40.
I'd be shocked that Nicki Minaj
That
and
nigga
Drake is
41.
almost Lil Wayne age. Because he was on so much earlier than them.
yeah.
But
But niggas
can
gotta
we-
remember Lil Wayne started when that nigga was like what, 12?
Well, he was 12. He was doing that song with oh boy, what's this called? What's that song called? He was like 12 and
I
then
don't
he
know.
finally
I
got
just
his
always
first
remember
album
the
in
Block
90.
is
He got his
Hot,
first
yo.
album in like 97, which is also why I hate when they said when I saw
yeah,
Joe Budden them
Drake
say,
just got the World Cup. He ain't worried about no damn Super Bowl. Like World Cup.
technically he just
Yeah,
an ambassador.
true.
He ain't really performing.
World Cup Drizzy, yo. And
I mean, he World Cup Drizzy right now. You know what I mean? Like, but no, can
it's
we
weird
agree
when
though?
y'all compare that.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but we can agree to this. Two things can be
But you
true.
saw that Super Bowl 20.
Always.
They see that kind of artist when he
can
said
always
Two
be
things
true,
can
yo.
be true. Kendrick is a great performer that deserves this spot, and also Lil Wayne, because of his legacy and what he means to the city of New Orleans, should have been considered. You know what I mean?
yes.
You know, but
But at the end
should
of the
have been
day, it comes
considered.
down to brass tacks.
I just feel like considered. There's a lot of people just saying he automatically should have been the choice. No, like they shouldn't even question. They shouldn't even consider anybody else but Lil Wayne. That's some people's point that he should have been the only person they called, the only person they thought about. That I don't agree with.
Yeah, that's just stupid. If we're
You know
gonna
what I
be
mean?
completely
He
honest.
should be considered though. Now, if they didn't consider him at all and didn't reach out to him and all that, then all right, that's disrespectful.
But hold on, here's the thing. What the fuck does consideration matter if they weren't gonna pick him anyway? If we're gonna be completely honest. Oh, it's the thought that counts. Miss me with that. Fuck that.
You kind of got a point right there.
That is the most disingenuous shit that I hear on the. It would have been nice if they at least thought about it. What the fuck does the thought mean if they weren't going to put it into action?
Shout out to Thought and Prayer.
Now, do you think there's a
watch
chance?
this. I just sent you on. You can show.
But now, do y'all think there's a chance that Kendrick improves Wayne in his performance?
100%.
Not if niggas keep on being crybabies about it, and I wouldn't blame them because I fucking wouldn't.
150,000 to 300,000 people coming. Most of them going to the game. That's how many people coming to the city. The Super Bowl has never had the. Cause usually it's not the like when New Orleans did it. New Orleans was in the Super Bowl last time. So of course they do it. So of course that would be big, and New Orleans was there deep last time. But this time, they usually the teams who go there usually are the first two people to go. The two teams, and then a bunch of other people that come from out of city who got money to spend.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
all I
give a
want to
fuck.
know.
I don't give a fuck about the game. I mean, I'm literally in it for
What's
the.
that buzzing noise?
It sound like a Zap
I'm
album.
saying, what's that buzzing noise?
Yo, a Zap album is crazy. I never heard no shit like that.
By the way, rest in peace, James Earl Jones. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to say this.
Yeah,
So
rest in
RIP
peace.
James.
I started out the show with the
Yeah.
R.I.P. to James Earl, R.I.P. to Fat Man Scoop as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Dak Prescott for getting $60 million. Never be mad at a black man for getting his money.
Oh yeah, shout out to Dak for getting paid. You know what I mean?
$60
Shout out
million.
to Dak.
Always
Also, you know, Deshaun Watson may be done. You know what I mean?
the rumor is he was so ass they put another charge on him today.
Like,
That's a crazy accusation.
that's crazy. Like, you know, if you in fantasy, go ahead and pick up Jameis Winston. You know what I mean? Go ahead and grab Jameis. But no, man. You know, like I said previous, I just don't agree with a lot of people's statement that, you know, because the Super Bowl is going to be held in a certain city, that you have to consider the person who's from there as the only option to perform. Like, that doesn't make sense when you have a plethora of great performers in a wide variety of genres. You know what I mean? So just to limit yourself to people who are from that specific place, it just doesn't make sense from a business perspective. You know? And that's just all I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect Wayne. I'm not trying to say Wayne isn't a legend, because we all know he is. He's arguably the greatest rapper ever. You know what I mean? But that doesn't, you know, just because he's from New Orleans, that does not mean they have to make him the performer. You know, should they? Should they? Is you know what I mean? That's a whole nother. You know what I mean? You know, if you feel like they should, because of that, because of his legacy and all that, I'm not gonna argue with you. You know what I mean,
People from New Orleans, I fight for that nigga. I love it, but again, ain't that much you can do. But I do like hearing your voices.
Right? They probably, you know what I mean, been selected Kendrick. You know what I mean, they could have selected Kendrick when Like That came out. We don't know. You know what I mean?
You think
We don't know. But, you know, people are, and then my thing is, why are we now trying to disrespect? Like, why are we trying to disrespect Kendrick? Like, he's not worthy of being a Super Bowl halftime performer.
To be fair, I ain't seen that many people disrespect him.
I have.
Well, that's you talking to Drake fan. I'm from near New Orleans area, so they ain't really. They just fighting for Wayne. They ain't. Most people say no disrespect to Kendrick. You online fighting Drake fans right now. It's a different. We fight.
Yeah,
we talk
right.
about two different people.
You right. Yeah,
I'm talking about people from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So people from New Orleans ain't gonna be like no disrespect to Kendrick. He deserve it, but why he couldn't? The argument they telling me from New Orleans, my New Orleans friends, is it's in Cali in the next 2 years. He can do it then, and I'm like,
I mean, that do make sense.
You know what I'm saying?
San Francisco, LA, the next 2 years is like,
he couldn't do it then. That's the argument. I can't really fight that argument. But again, I don't know
his momentum right now is in 2024. Unless he dropping his album next year, then it would make sense to have him 2026.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would make sense.
But right now, he just took down the king of hip hop in a decisive victory that he was begging for round 2.
You know what I mean?
He told that man in the commercial, ain't no round 2.
I mean, ain't no, when you winning championships, ain't no round 2. So, you know what I mean? Well, when you playing for championships, ain't no round 2. So, hey, you know, but I get it. I understand y'all. Like, don't get me wrong. For the people that's watching, the people that's on Wayne's side and everything.
The New Orleans people, the Drake fans, we don't.
New Orleans, I get y'all. I understand how y'all feel.
You
know what I mean? I understand, because if Wayne was from Philly and the Super Bowl was with Philly, and you know what I mean, I'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? But I get it. You're gonna ride for your hometown, but also just be logical and look at it from a business perspective. You gotta look at it from the lens of the NFL. You know what I mean? This is the NFL we talking about.
I think it's also strong this in Cali the next 2 years. So a lot of the New Orleans fans are like, why he couldn't get it the next 2 years?
Right.
But they
Yeah,
like
that is.
giving. I ain't gonna lie, they do like giving Kendrick achievements. That nigga got every achievement in rap history. That nigga had the greatest, biggest tour ever. The first tour to sell like what 9 figures, and then he had the
I
first
mean,
rapping the
he's
solo
set to
headliner
become
Super
the
Bowl.
first rapper in history to solo headline a Super. You know what I mean? So you're
First one
right.
to win a Pulitzer Award.
You know what I mean?
17 Grammys. I'm like, this
Kendrick,
nigga,
Kendrick
he
got
like,
a lot of firsts,
you know what I'm saying? So it do
but
seem good. That nigga network. And niggas scared of TDE. I don't know why these niggas don't diss TDE at all. Nigga, Kendrick was dissing Drake all through, and Jay Prince ain't say a word. And I'm and I'm here in Texas. Jay Prince is him, but he didn't say a word.
you know what I mean? Listen, I would love, as a Philly Negro, I would love to see Meek perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. But I know, because I use my brain and I think with logic, that is never going to happen. Like, regardless, like, even with this, even if the Super Bowl was in Philly, the first person that most people would consider, well, the first artist you would consider to perform at the Super Bowl in Philly would be the Roots. You know what I mean? And
That's a nostalgia.
that would make sense because they had the Roots picnic concert and all that. You know what I mean? The Roots is a well-known group throughout the the United States. You know what I mean? So having them perform in Philly makes sense. But also, if you're picking an artist that is bigger at the time than the Roots to perform, I wouldn't be mad because it's like if they chose Taylor Swift over the Roots, I'ma understand because it's fucking Taylor Swift. Like, I mean, like, yeah, it's like, oh, the Roots. I know they legendary. You know what I mean? But it's Taylor Swift. I can't argue with that. She's bigger than the Roots right now. I love Lil Wayne. He's legendary. But right now in 2024, currently, Kendrick Lamar is bigger than him. He's bigger than Lil Wayne. It's just a fact.
Can I tell you how true? I'm just happy Taylor Swift ain't performing at this moment. I know they won't. I'm just happy they set this shit up for Taylor Swift to perform. And I'm like, don't do it. Please don't do it. I don't want a Taylor Swift performance again.
Yeah, Roots are they're from Philly. You know what I mean? But it's
In
like,
2014, Jay-Z didn't perform in New York.
and nobody said nothing.
But shout out to Louisiana, ride for my boy. I get what y'all saying. I understand it. I'm not gonna hate on Kendrick either for getting it. Listen, people get it. I don't know their situation behind the scenes. I really want Kendrick to respect New Orleans and at least put Mona Lisa out there, even if people don't know it as much. Because that would be a dope moment. Regardless. But we'll see. If I get a Lil Wayne appearance, I'm gonna be happy regardless. That's just the truth.
I just feel like Kendrick, because he loves the culture so much and he hears what the culture says, I'm pretty sure it's going to be some New Orleans people incorporated in this.
Now, if he bring back that, if they play back that ass up at the Super Bowl,
He may even have a band from New Orleans. Like, Kendrick
Grambling
is,
again. Oh, Grambling,
I mean,
Grambling band
he
again.
may have a band from New Orleans. He may have some engineer or whatever from New Orleans. He may incorporate a lot of New Orleans type of people within this joint. You know what I mean? So, like, just like y'all know how Kendrick is. He's a student of the game. Like, you know what I mean? He's not gonna disrespect New Orleans like that.
Like I said, if he get back that ass up at the Super Bowl, we might not be invited to another Super Bowl again, but there'll be a legendary moment. We ain't invited no more. But listen, he did it for the culture. He gonna have to hide that. He gonna have to hide that from Goodell though. He gonna have to put them boys under the stage or something.
He did it for the culture.
Yo, if he play back that ass up, you ain't gonna never see another nigga on that fast stage on Roger Goodell live.
Listen, I would love Juvie to come out and perform. You know what I mean? I need slow motion at the Super Bowl. Come on, Juvie.
We ain't gonna never be invited back. But the niggas made their moment. This is why we don't invite rappers.
Hey you.
Yeah,
But that's the point I was trying to make earlier. It's the Super Bowl, man. Like, you gotta look at it through the lens of the NFL. Look at it through, you know what I mean, a business perspective. Look at it through the optics of the Super Bowl.
By the way, it's gonna be over in like 2 or 3 weeks. People just hurt. It's a little, like I said, Drake fan might try to drag it, but when the New Orleans people just get over it after a while, they gonna when they get over it, it's gonna really die down because they ain't gonna look like just Drake fans dragging it. and then that's it. But New Orleans fans gonna be mad all week. Shout out to them. Like I told Monte, by Saturday, make sense. It's gonna die down.
Yeah, because something else going to happen and it's going to draw people attention. So, I mean, we know how it is. You know, this would be
Didn't
his.
Nicki Minaj just diss Drake in a song? I don't know. Academic said that. I don't know.
Hmm,
I don't know. I just saw it on academic page.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
I need to keep it with Nicki a legend though too, but I know it's gay though.
With the big Gucci suit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They be letting that.
Listen, if we get that as a Super Bowl, I'm cool. You know what I mean? But see, that's the thing though. They just said at the Essence Festival, you know, people like, oh, they could have had a Cash Money show, No Limit, all that. They was just at the Essence Festival, and them niggas couldn't even agree to who was going to go on the stage and perform first. They said they was backstage arguing. So if they doing that at the Essence Festival, what the fuck you think they gonna do at the Super Bowl? Like they can't even get it together for Essence, and that's black. That's the Essence Festival. That's a black event. I mean, but you know, niggas they switch up around the white man, so I don't know. They'll probably get it together by then. I mean, but I'm just saying, man, we gotta look at it through a different lens. Don't look at it through an emotional lens. Look at it through a logical lens. And through a logical lens, you gotta understand on the business side that Kendrick is just a better performer at the moment in time, and you know, it just works. With all the momentum and everything that's going on, it just works. I mean, I get it. It's New Orleans. Lil Wayne is arguably the greatest ever. So I understand people's frustration. I understand your cries, but you just gotta let it go. You just gotta get over it. I mean, the powers that be they've made that decision. I mean,
you can be mad at it for this week. I don't mind. New Orleans people, everybody else, if you don't really care, don't try to sell me your shoes and your what's the name today. Pretend it's for Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Your last show. Go buy my shoes tonight after you rant about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Nikki, the shoe advertisement in the tweets is crazy.
I'm like, do you really care this for engagement? What the heck?
It's crazy. Like, and then what else is crazy is everybody speaking for Wayne except for Wayne. Like, I mean, and unless Wayne come out and say, "Yo, I'm truly disappointed," then you know what I mean. Then all right, I'll shut up. I'll just tell y'all everything I said today was wrong. I mean, no, I ain't gonna do that because I'm gonna stand on what I said. But still, if Wayne come out and say, "Hey, man, I'm disappointed they ain't even consider me," then all right, y'all got valid points. I'll let you have it. But until that happens, everybody else just shut up, man. You just yapping for real. I mean, you're coming up with a lot of nonsensical points that don't, mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Like, so, by next week, something else will happen, and y'all be on to complaining about something else. Like, I wouldn't be surprised within the next hour something happens, and the internet is complaining about it. So,
Let the Saints get cheated next week. There, got the breeze on.
Okay.
Birdman give me money. I'm sorry, Birdman didn't pay me money thanks to the courts. My bad.
Birdman, the same Birdman that shot up his tour bus.
He got it. Hey, he got his money back from Birdman. Birdman paid that man after the courts made him do it.
But
Birdman's the fake.
Also, I do want to talk about: is this just another move in the long-standing Cold War between Rock Nation and Cash Money, Young Money? Like, it's just another Jay-Z versus Jay-Z versus Drake and Birdman thing. I mean,
I don't know. It could be Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Birdman don't get along, but Birdman also don't get along without them Philly too. But they don't get paid, by the way. The artists don't get paid to do these shows. So
you're just doing the Super Bowl halftime show for the love, basically. You know what I mean?
You kind of get paid off the back end because all the people that don't know your music kind of start playing it
Right.
a lot. So it is that too. So, and I don't even know what Wayne label situation is. His business, like, are the labels putting out money for Wayne? Is Wayne signed? I don't know the situation. Like, I don't know.
Shit,
Because usually the labels pay it off and then they get the back end because they get the money from, you know what I'm saying, the sales of the albums. But if he independent now, which I don't know if he Birdman, like it ain't worth it. I don't know the situation. Like, there's a lot. The thing about this situation, if you want to be logical or you want to be a moody person, if you want to be logical, we don't know. We really don't know the behind the scenes of this whole thing. So, and Apple Music apparently is paying Kendrick's out too. So,
Shout out to Apple Music.
I don't know what kind of networking Kendrick got because he got Cash App, Apple Music, a bunch of billionaires right now. I mean, what networking you doing, my boy?
But you know, it's another case of selective outrage on the internet. I mean, what will y'all be mad about next? But you know, this is another episode of Welcome to Hollywood. We back again next week. You know what I mean? I'm finally, dog. You know what I mean? We are here. Finally gonna give y'all my top 50 rap albums of all time. The list.
Let's go.
Got you. You know what I mean? It's done, it's completed, it's ready to be unveiled. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be here for all the smoke, all the criticism, all the praise, whatever. You know what I mean? You know, I've done my research. You know what I mean? I've done my listening. I compiled the list that I think is the top 50 rap albums of all time. You know what I mean? You know, it's gonna be a lot of I ain't even gonna tell y'all. You're just gonna have to wait and see.
Like and subscribe.
You just gonna have to wait and see. Also, yeah, like and subscribe. Blurred Cartel. You know what I mean? What it sound like YouTube. Overall 99. Keep it 99. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all you know what I mean? Subscribe to also the Make It Make Sense, the podcast. You know what I mean? Make sure you put the podcast, so, you know, because I seen on YouTube there's another Make It Make Sense. So, you know, you gotta. But shout out to my man Monterey Hudson. Blurred Cartel.
Big Drake fan, Monterey, that guy.
Definitely. Heard they big.
He like to say he like to pretend he's not, but you know. Hey, Monterey fake it like it harder than anybody ever see. He a Drake fan though. I ain't gonna lie.
If I put Chingy Jackpot number 1 on that list, I'm gonna lose all credibility to talk about music. Like nobody's gonna want to hear anything I got to say. Like,
Chingy got his life ruined because of a situation that
I
wasn't
fuck with Chingy. One call away is my shit, but like there's not a single Chingy influence on this list that I'm about to give you. Like, Chingy ain't nowhere near this list that I'm about to give you. He didn't. Yeah, he not on that, Joe. I'm sorry. Like, you know, he not on it.
Chingy,
but yeah, you know, make sure you also subscribe to the HollyHood_Sensei 215 YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Subscribe, you know, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, HollyHood Sensei. I mean, you just go on Google, type in HollyHood Sensei. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pop up. I'm the only one with that name. You know, I'm the only HollyHood Sensei out here. So go on Google, look me up, man. And then also, if you on that PlayStation, just type in HollyHood Sensei. You know what I mean? Send me that request. I'm usually out here playing that NCAA 25. You know what I mean? So you want to see me, come see me. Lauryn Hill, no. That's not even a hip hop album. That album got more R&B songs on it than it got rap. And I just want to let y'all know, this is a top 50 rap albums of all time. So I'm telling you now, Lauryn Hill album ain't on the list. I'm telling y'all now. So
you gonna get a fight for that? You might want to
clip y'all now that Lauryn Hill album is not on
clip this right now. Whoever, if HollyHood don't do it, Lala do it. Clip it and put it on his.
I'm telling y'all right now, Lauren, because we talking about greatest rap album.
I don't care what he say. Put that on the list. He's gonna get an argument. He
That
likes
album, that
him and
album,
Cam like putting little blurry content to get argument. This gonna get an argument right here.
That
He
album-
thought his Eminem was gonna get an argument.
listen,
He think Eminem was an argument. Wait till
that album not even 60% rap. So how can I put it on the greatest rap albums list? Like,
that's the clip for you right there.
I mean, we gotta keep it a buck. Yeah, y'all gotta keep it a buck. Stop letting nostalgia guide you. Stop letting nostalgia guide you. Is it one of the greatest albums of all time across any genre? Yeah. I mean, I'll say that without a doubt. But we talking about rap. Rap. No, it doesn't make my top 50. I'm sorry. I mean, not rap album. But we'll talk about that next week. What It Sound Like is back this week as well. I mean, we doing the What It Sound Like top 10 rappers of all time. So myself, Conman, Zell, and Mallory have all compiled our own lists of who we think is the top 10 of all time, and we gonna go through and discuss that. You know what I mean? So
Other Zell, not this Zell.
Oh yeah, my boy Zell Nobel. You know what I mean? It's two. It's two. Shout out to both my niggas Zells, man. Shout out to both of y'all.
It gets confusing sometimes.
We gonna get up out of here. You know what I mean? We be back next week. Welcome to HollyHood. Like I said, top 50 rap albums of all time. So y'all want to pull up? Like I said, anybody pull up? You want to pull up just to be here, just to criticize? You want to pull up to give praise? Or you want to pull up to because there might be some albums on this list you ain't listened to? Then I mean, but I'm inviting people. I probably have some guests up here to talk with me. If not, I'll probably be by myself. But we'll be back next week. You know what I mean? Just before we get out of here, just get over it. The Super Bowl's, y'all still gonna watch the Super Bowl regardless. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? We'll be the world is gonna move on. You know what I mean? But until then, till next week, we gonna get at y'all. Holla at you. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Blurred Cartel. Oh yeah, also, before we leave, my bad. This Wednesday on the Blurred Cartel, you know what I mean? Trapped in Anime, or y'all might know them as Anime Street Survival. They will be on the round table with us. So, you know what I mean? Come through, check that out on the round table this Wednesday. We got Trapped in Anime, the Anime Street Survival. We got them coming on. You know what I mean? Well, make sure y'all check that out. It's going to be a good episode. You know what I mean? Be out of here.